Dragon Keeper 19600. Well, today I went to the cinema and I saw Perks of Being a Wallflower. And, so, in addition to the Transformers Prime season finale yesterday, as you might imagine, I'm a bit of an emotional wreck right now. So, I figured, what better way to cheer me up than by yelling at something horrible. So, here we go. This is episode 9, Transformers Energon. Battle of the Asteroid Belt. Let's begin. Listen to Victor. Sorry, those text on the screen confused me. Carlos's stellar acting here. Not responding! I'm voiced by the same guy as Ironhide. Can you tell?
It's Optimus's mystery attacker.
It's so obviously Starscream. I have to be blind and stupid not to know that.
Someone's tampered with our signal.
That means the enemy has set up a base nearby.
It does?
Our objective is clear.
It is?
We must protect our Energon mines. We will set up our own frontline base
Who
in the
cares?
asteroid belt. Prepare to open the space bridge, sir.
I wonder why Asteroid City.
What is it, Kicker?
See, I heard you thinking, and I became concerned. Seriously, they just turn and look when he just...
Nothing at all.
Kicker.
Ah, Kicker. Classic Stew. He must never be unhappy. Everyone immediately tends to his every little worry and need. The baby. Maybe his name was Schnoppy and we just got it wrong all this time. We established this already! And he's an assassin! He's not there to bring you Energon. How would he carry it? He's puny! Look at him! He's like half Megatron's height. I don't feel comfortable going there.
So don't you dare mess this one up too.
And another thing, did I mention Megatron might show up as well?
The whole gang's gathering. I brought several eggs and pancakes.
I need more Energon, you fool.
I wonder how many times in this show the phrase "more Energon" is uttered. You think that if you counted, you would get like the thousands? Definitely over 100.
I warn you, I do not suffer insubordination well, soldier.
We established this already. Why do people work for him again?
How much Energon do you think is left here
Yeah.
in Asteroid City?
The Decepticons aren't really given a reason to follow Megatron. I mean, why did this war start? The only reason seems to be Megatron's megalomania. And I guess that's a flaw that that carries over to Armada too. But still, yeah, the Unicron trilogy didn't really give a big justification for the war other than Megatron wants stuff because he's evil.
Maybe we should go back to
Okay.
Remember, there was plenty left there. To Luna City. Yes, but the only problem is since we were there last, Optimus fortified the place and it might be too dangerous.
Okay, I did check TF Wiki, and they don't end up going to Lunar City in this episode. They end up going to the Asteroid Belt because it's called Battle of the Asteroid Belt. So,
Of course not, Scoponock. I've just intercepted
like, I think there was a dub error. Let me see. I've got the TF Wiki page up right here. Can read it. As I'm scrolling. This was one of the worst episodes in terms of dubbing. Okay, it says here, an Energon dub sees Demolisher claim there's plenty of Energon Asteroid City, but they haven't found it yet. When in Superling, he states there's none left. That's why the Decepticons go to Lunar City. Okay, so it's not the error I thought it was, but it's still a pretty big error. That kind of distracts from the focus of this conversation. Conversations are supposed to have a point, damn it. Something very basic about writing and dialogue that, again, the writers don't seem to grasp.
Bring up a good point, Scoponock. That's why I'm leaving you behind. It's your plan, so why don't you carry it out? Prove to me your loyalty.
Wait a minute, his plan was for them to go, so if he's staying here, he's not carrying out his own plan. Megatron, you're not even making sense. Nobody's making sense. Yeah, remember before when they needed a ship to go back and forth between planets, and they spent months and months of hard labor building it? Yeah. Turns out they could just fly there by themselves the whole time. Don't know why they bothered laboring over that ship.
On second thought, I reconsidered about
Just do it. Never mind! Is Alpha Quinazon's schizophrenia really because of his personality or his mental state, or is it just because of bad writing? You decide! Oh, great. Powerless.
Come on!
I hope you'll forgive me if I zone out during this stock footage. Only seen it a bajillion other times in other episodes, so if you don't mind, I'm going to open up this game of Minecraft I kept on standby. Okay, I'm walking in a cave. There's stone everywhere.
So, Kicker, can you sense anything
More
here?
stone.
Only Energon, Optimus. I'm not
Mining.
picking up anything else.
Getting cobblestone.
Okay, but what about where
7.
the base is? Do you at least sense that?
It's around
I
here
just
somewhere.
told you I don't sense anything but Energon!
Saying we have to search every last one of those asteroids out there?
Well, I think
There's billions of asteroids in the asteroid belt. They would be there for centuries.
I guess that's better than nothing, hey guys? Well, if that's the case,
Is
we
it?
better get started.
Is it, sir?
right.
So, Kicker,
But which way?
I'm not real sure.
Come on, Kicker, we don't have all day.
Over there.
Work for us, you little donkey! Work!
Wait for me! Ah, I should have changed the studded tires.
What?
Hey, Kicker.
You're driving in space! Why would you need studded tires to drive in space? Why would you need special tires to drive in space? Why would you drive in space? I don't understand.
Looking over his shoulder, on guard against an invisible enemy.
And shouldn't Kicker be dying of exposure? That suit does not seem adequate to protect him from the cold, merciless, soul-sucking vacuum of space.
Another try. Do you sense anything out here?
No, nothing. But I
Time to the end of a stick and use a dowsing rod. Here, here, there. Fucking stupid. Yeah, the Terracons are only strong when it's inconvenient. Actually, not even when it's inconvenient. When it's convenient for the riders to be strong, which is like almost never.
fire demolisher. Sir! We'll take what we need from Lunar City and then leave.
And then we're going shopping.
Just hear something?
Listen up, everyone. We must evacuate.
It sounded like my lisp.
Take what you can and then take cover.
Someone grabs a stack of Playboys on the counter and runs. I'll never mind for the taking cover. Or we could drive since we do turn into cars.
Hurry before it's too
No?
late.
Come on. Ironhide drove in space. Why can't you? That was kind of cool, I
Like
guess.
everyone's evacuated. Now it's our turn.
I can tell that even though my back is turned to them.
Is that it?
100% Optimus.
Yup, that's a rock.
It's almost alive.
No, it doesn't. Oh, you mean that?
Unicron?
Huh. Wonder how I missed that.
Possible, isn't it, sir?
That's not Unicron.
What do you think you're doing?
That's a... I'm feeding Unicron! Don't interrupt me!
Unicron, it's like everyone got all uptight. And I know
Hey, you know, I just had a thought. If the animation or the acting was good, then we could tell that everyone was uptight and you wouldn't have to tell us, you fucking knob!
Open fire!
Oh jeez. In the last show, it took the combined military forces of both the Autobots and the Decepticons to even scratch Unicron. What makes you think shooting him with your puny guns would do anything? They established all this in the last show that apparently the writers could not be bothered to watch. That's the only explanation for any of this. They can't have seen the last show. They just found out about these characters and were told to make a show for them and didn't consult the last one at all. That's the only explanation I can think of. Okay, if you're confused by this, why the ship they're shooting at, why they're calling it Unicron, why it's visible in some shots, and why it's visible in others.
not safe, Hotshot.
For instance, this shot coming up, you won't be able to see it at all. So it's like space just decided to shoot. Hot shot. Remember how I said that this show was the worst in terms of dubbing? It turns out not only are the lines different, a lot of the animation is way different. For instance, a lot of the backgrounds are missing. The ship is supposed to be in a lot of those shots, but it's not. So there's like this big void of nothing that we're supposed to be scared of. And a lot of the backgrounds are different too. Not to mention an entire scene is missing that I will point out the spot where it's supposed to be later. And I think it's pretty obvious there's supposed to be something there, but there isn't.
Megatron behind this! And where is he?
What do you mean? He established in the last episode that he didn't know who Megatron was.
Optimus Prime, but I'm under the direct command of Alpha Q.
We established in the last episode.
You may know him as the supreme ruler of the universe.
No, I don't know him as that. I don't think anyone has ever called him that ever. Ever.
What's wrong, Hotshot?
I saw a speck! Shoot it! Okay, and also, why they think they keep saying Unicron when they see the ship, even though the ship is so obviously not Unicron. I guess it's made from Unicron, or it looks vaguely like him, and they somehow sense that it came from him, which means he wasn't totally destroyed as they thought he was, so that's why they freaked out. So the shooting it frantically thing sort of makes more sense, I guess.
It's time to power link.
And it's already been established that Scorponok is a tough character. It's like this show has Alzheimer's. Not the characters, the show itself. It can never seem to remember what's going on, or what's been established, or what hasn't, or even where people are, what they're supposed to be doing half the time. Like, it's writing itself notes in the form of constantly reminding us what's going on. Oh geez, you get a stock footage sequence just to transform now? This isn't like those anime transformation sequences where at least you have the excuse of seeing a naked girl. You guys are boring and clunky.
Oh man, this is not
Look, that's where the ship's supposed to be, fellas.
untethered and floating through an asteroid belt.
Floating through an asteroid belt unprotected. A minor secondary annoyance.
Why can't I just forget the past?
Why did I sound like a castrated mule as a child? I love him just twirling his sword in the air. Like General Grievous. Which was also lame addition to a franchise that didn't need it. Again, giving him an order and then immediately taking it back. The writers or Alpha Quintesson's insanity? Decide!
I would love to, but I have my orders to follow.
Oh god, you talk too much. And it's not like in Prime or Animated where Starscream talking too much was a character trait and it was fun to watch. Here it's just... it makes him sound senile.
Ready or not, here we come, Prime.
Tag! I'll get to the Oni!
Boy, Optimus is sure gonna be surprised to see you. That's enough.
What do you mean? You've attacked him, like, consistently since you've woken up. Sorry. Sometimes Cyclonus does make me laugh.
Should be good for a laugh, eh, guys?
Of course, that's going to change soon. Demolisher, you're not laughing! What was it you were saying about not even close? Look, they forgot the ship there and just put an ordinary asteroid in its place. Unbelievable.
That was...
Because the shots are spiked with Energon.
Are you serious?
No, I was just joking. That was me hitting myself again.
For a jetpack right about
That sounds cool and igniting and exciting and would improve the show, so you don't get one.
I can look after myself, you know.
You've proven quite thoroughly that you cannot.
Don't worry, kid. I'm taking care of it.
It's okay. Do you want to go home? Get a blanket, maybe a hot bottle? Yeah, let's go home. You've had a big day. Big day.
Oh, Optimus, why don't you join our little party?
That way I can thrust my long, turgid weapon into your back. Can I start over? Because that really backfired. I like to think there's little Terracons, like the little tigers who have triggers in their mouths and they're pulling, and not just that the ship is sentient and somehow can obey vocal commands in space.
What do they think they're doing?
Seriously, what are they doing? I can't tell. They're stacking rocks against my ship? Oh no.
This game is over.
Wait, they stack rocks against a ship and suddenly that... Why couldn't they just fly up to him before? I don't...
You don't have the guts.
Think again, Scorponok. Now let go of Jeff.
No!
Do it!
That was the best part of Thrust. He was also voiced by Colin Murdoch in the last series, was his womanly noises.
I think the answer's pretty obvious, pal.
But before
Oh, also, I love that. Hand him over! Never! Do it! Okay.
Trying to revive Unicron.
So,
Is it Megatron?
oh, by the way, the Autobots are totally about to execute Scorponok here. Yeah.
Scorponok.
The champions of peace and justice. That's them.
Fuck you. Where have I heard that name before?
Um...
Now I remember.
Not gonna touch that one, folks. Not gonna get near that one. No, sir.
It's too late.
What was that?
I can't hear you because there's no sound in space. To be fair, like every sci-fi show ever ignores that rule, so I'm okay with them ignoring it here.
I appreciate it. Megatron, help!
I'm not okay with driving in space, though.
Try it again and you're toast.
You fool! Do you have any idea who you're talking to? Yeah.
Talking to you.
Dear, you idiot.
Sorry, I
love Demolisher.
Of you creeps.
If you're trying to make me angry, you're doing a good job. But trust me, Junior, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Hang on.
I'm angry, Thrust. Do you remember what happens when I'm angry?
Megatron, or this whole asteroid will explode.
I eat 3 tubs of ice cream.
Watch, Optimus! Fire!
Oops! I forgot, Megatron's insane and he'll totally blow up anything. I wouldn't trust this man with a match. He'd find a way to burn down his entire planet with a match.
Okay, Jetfire, you power link with Ironhide.
Yeah, my star's almost out. Well, that didn't make any difference. It didn't stop Scorponok from utterly trouncing you, even though you can fly, and he wasn't.
Megatron, don't you think?
Explosions make me giggle. Cool guys just laugh at explosions. Stand there as they blow right up. I can see God. Yeah, this is where the deleted scene is supposed to go, and it's not really deleted because it's in the Japanese version. For some reason, they just didn't feel like.
No!
Why is there an echo in space? Space, space.
Fast! The universe is disappearing around me, and I'm falling into some kind of void in space!
I'm tortured. Feel sorry for me. Yeah, this is where the scene's supposed to go. I guess Kicker has some sort of vision or hallucination or dream sequence where he's in space and his suit comes off, and then his dad is there and he's saying, "Daddy, help me," and I guess his dad doesn't. And I don't know. I don't know why they cut it.
We'll get you home.
It was a good scene. It was interesting. So cut it. It seems to be the
One nasty mission. Too bad we couldn't.
yeah. Replace the word mission with show, and I agree entirely.
In the command center, planning our next move.
Planning?
Some actors take the impossible script by playing it really subtle, like Hotshot's actors doing that.
Reporting in, Primus.
Demolisher's actor Helen Sanders is doing that. Other actors are making up for the nonsensical script by shouting everything. Brad Swale is doing that.
Swiftly determine their aggression.
Oh, also here, this is supposed to be Primus speaking, I'm pretty sure. That light is Primus there. But for some reason, the dub didn't want Primus to be here half the time, so they have like other people speak where he's speaking, so it makes it seem like they're talking to themselves and not even looking at the big light in front of them.
Come on, don't tell me you didn't notice the space bridge opening up.
Nah, I wasn't paying any attention.
Hey, Kicker.
My David Tennant hair was too distracting. Also, you couldn't pay attention to your girlfriend.
I guess I have a lot on my mind. It's kind of hard to explain.
Tennant
I
hair.
kind of freaked out on the mission and was basically useless in helping out the Autobots.
You really, really freaked out and had a sort of mental breakdown, and you were very useless on the mission.
I wouldn't be surprised
They won't
if
invite
they'd
me.
ask me out on the next mission.
Not that it matters. You always invite yourself.
Failure.
You are a failure.
Flashing back to a scary time when I was a kid, lost in space, and when I did, I kind of.
In all fairness, if one of your childhood memories is being lost in space...
Don't be so hard on yourself.
No, continue. This is very cathartic for me.
Maybe you should look at this a different way, Kicker. What I mean is try to understand your weaknesses and turn them into strengths.
Jeez, Japan is really obsessed with getting stronger, aren't they?
Somewhere, Kicker.
It's like in every kid's anime ever. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, that hilarious Bakugan, that hilarious Beyblade show with wheels. Oh man, I saw it once and it was wonderful. It was wonderful pack of darn. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's a cultural thing. It's like, you must be stronger. I'm gonna get stronger. Just watch. I'll be so much stronger. It's like, you don't really have to be. Maybe being in battles isn't your thing. I mean, you never contribute.
I suppose that's good news. And look, they're coming through the space bridge right now.
Misha doesn't seem to understand why anyone would want to come in. Yeah, there it is. There's the ship that the Autobots labored so hard to build. Hey, it's Alexis.
Long time no see, young man.
What?
Why, just look at you. I remember you when you were just a teenager.
I need an adult. You are an adult.
That night, my dad presented a new strategy on the best way to defend planet.
And somewhere in space, Starscream suddenly stops. Like something is really itching him, but he can't tell what.
Researching our strengths, I feel very confident in my proposal. My plan.
By the way, in this episode, you might notice that Dr. Jones comes across as kind of unhinged in this episode. Listen to his dialogue.
There is Blizzard City.
Just the 4. Civilization kind of took a downturn since 2003.
I propose we build towers at each
December 21st.
capable of transmitting a
Totally
global
true.
energy
That's an example of one of the backgrounds that was changed.
A grid so powerful asteroid is impenetrable.
It is impenetrable!
To attack us.
Ah, it is impenetrable to anyone who dares attack us. Ha! Ah.
Well, I think
My dad's a crackpot, so there's no telling.
And together, Kicker, we can all win this battle.
So, yep, that's the exciting end of the episode. A construction project is announced! Woo! Anyway, you might notice, like, Dr. Jones being, like, really uncomfortable with Alexis, saying to anyone who dares attack us. Dr. Jones was basically insane in the Japanese version, constantly making strange remarks and being tipsy at one point. And I sort of wish they'd stuck with that in the show. Just like that would sort of make him a bit more interesting, that he was totally fucking crazy. Anyway, that's the end of this episode, so I'll see you next time. Strong Humor 19600 signing off.